Morning. Hi, grade 12. Today we are going to focus on the rules of first derivative. We studied before in grade 11. First derivative. Do you remember the definition of first derivative? It's the slope of straight line tangent to the curve. Differentiation or first derivative, we are going to revise the basic rules of differentiations and product and quotient rules. Our objectives: derivative of constant, power rule, derivative of a constant multiple function, the sum rule. 1, 2, 3, 4, we are going to focus on them in that video at the first part. And first derivative of product of two or more functions, first derivative of quotient of two functions, and first derivative of composed functions, namely chain rule, derivative of trigonometric functions later inshallah. Type. Why we revise derivative? Because we are going to study بإذن integration. Integration is the inverse operation of derivative, as plus or minus, times or divided, and so on. Now let's remember how to find the derivative of a constant. Constant means what? Means fx equal any real number. What is the derivative? Derivative of any constant is 0. And the definition of derivative is the slope. Look here, derivative of a function is its slope, or the slope of the tangent of the curve, or tangent to the curve. Here, we explain why the derivative of a constant is 0. Because graphically, the constant function has, graphically, it's a straight line parallel to x-axis. And since in any straight line, any horizontal straight line parallel to x-axis has a slope 0. So the graph of a function is a straight line parallel x-axis, and the slope of the constant had any real value is 0. Okay? And remember that slope have another definition. It's a tan angle between the straight line and the positive direction of x-axis. Next rule, هو الباور rule. Power rule, what does it mean? It means if I have x up to power n, any power, how to find the derivative of the variable x which has a power n? So easy. Just drop the exponent to be a coefficient and decrease the exponent by 1. X power n, it's going to be n x up to power n minus 1. Okay, here, n x power n minus 1. Another example, fx equal 0. Then, what is the derivative? Yes, derivative f dash. Do you remember? F dash, or derivative x with respect to x equal 1 times x up to power n 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1, the original exponent, decreased by 1. So it's going to be x power 0. It means 1. Next. If I have a function has x power 8, then the derivative is yes, it's 8x up to power n minus 8 minus 1, or 8x power 7. Another one, if I have a function fx up to power 5 over 2, then the derivative of that function, drop the exponent to be a coefficient, multiply the variable, will exponent decrease by 1, يبقى 5 over 2 x power 3 over 2. 3 over 2 دي جت منين؟ 5 over 2 minus ال1. Find the derivative of fx equals square root x. Square root, I can rewrite square root as a fraction exponent, like that. Yes, I can rewrite square root x as x power half. Let's find the derivative of x power half. Yes, drop the exponent to be a coefficient and take 1 from that exponent, 1 over 2 minus L1. So it's half x power negative half. Half minus 1 is negative half. If the exponent is negative, we need to flip. Yes, just to flip the x. Suppose now x over 1. We flip هتبقى 1 over x power half or 1 over square root Lx. Another one, derivative of fx equals 1 over cubic root Lx. Same, we are going to convert the cubic root to be, yes, 1 over 3, exponent 1 over 3. But cubic root x down, denominator, to flip it to be numerator, change the power to be negative. Change the sign of the power. Now, let's find the derivative. D over dx, x power negative 3, I mean derivative of the function x up to power negative 1 over 3 with respect to x. Same, I'm going to drop the exponent to convert to be a coefficient and then decrease the exponent by 1. Negative 1 over 3 is coefficient and the x up to power negative 1 over 3 minus 1 is negative 4 over 3. Final answer, what happened? Yes, we flip the x to be x up to power positive 4 over 3. Now we are going to find the derivative of a constant multiply function. Constant, yes. Constant means any real number. Function, yes, like fx. How to find the derivative of an algebraic expression consists of c as a constant multiply a function. Just isolate the c, constant, and then derivative of the function. Like here, I have a function fx equal 5x power 3 and request to find the derivative of fx equal 5x power 3. That expression consists of the 5 as a constant multiply x power 3 as a function. So, I'm going to find the derivative of derivative. I can write it as f dash x or d 5x power 3 with respect to x. I'm going to separate between the 5 and the x power 3. So, the 5 is a constant. Write it as it is. And then derivative of x power 3. Derivative x power 3, yes, drop the exponent and to be a coefficient and take 1 from the 3 is 2. So easy. Now let's remove the brackets. 5 times 3, 15x squared. Another example, fx equals 3 over square root x. Yes, I'm going to rewrite square root as power 1 over 2, but it's down. Flip, it's going to be negative 1 over 2. Now, I have a constant 3 and function x up to power negative half. I'm going to separate between the constant and the function x up to power negative 1 over 2. The derivative is going to be negative 1 over 2 as a coefficient and then take 1 from negative 1 over 2 the exponent. Negative half minus 1, negative 3 over 2. Final answer, I will simplify after removal brackets D. هتبقى 3 multiply negative 1 over 2 هتبقى negative 3 over 2. And what's about x up to power negative 3 over 2? Yes, flip to be positive 3 over 2. This sum rule. How to find the derivative of an algebraic expression consists of addition or subtraction between two or more functions. I'm going to find derivative of first function and then derivative of second function and write the sign between them, whatever the operation, addition or subtraction. Like that. Derivative of f and then derivative of LG. Example. I have a function fx equal 4x power 5 plus 3x power 4 minus 8x squared plus x plus 3. Okay? How to find the derivative of an algebraic expression consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. So easy. Derivative of first term, then plus derivative of second, and so on. Let's see. Derivative of 4x power 5, I'm going to isolate between the 4 and the x. The 4, write it as it is, and derivative x power 5. Here, 3, constant, x power 4. 8, constant, and then derivative x squared plus. What is the coefficient here? It's 1. So it's not important, right? And derivative of x plus derivative of a constant 3. As I said before, I'm going to drop the exponent to be a coefficient and decrease the 5 by 1, the exponent by 1. Similar, 3, the exponent 4, drop and decrease it by 1. Negative 8, exponent 2, and decrease it by 1. Plus, derivative of x is 1, derivative of a constant is 0. You have to remember derivative of x is 1, derivative of any constant is 0. Okay, now let's remove the brackets and simplify. 4 times 5 is 20x power 4, 3 times 4 it's 12x power 3, negative 8 times 2 is negative 16x plus 1, and new value here 1 plus 0 it's 1. Another example, I have a fraction gt equal t square over 5 plus 5 over t power 3. Yes, derivative of that expression. I'm going to first, I will flip t from denominator to be numerator. What happened? Convert the sign of the 3 to be negative 3. Now let's find derivative of first term. 5 is a constant, multiply derivative of t square plus 5, write it as a constant, multiply derivative of t power 3. Yes, derivative t square is 2t, derivative t power negative 3 is negative 3x power negative 4. What happened here? Yes, decrease negative 3 by 1, يعني subtract 1, for negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. Let's simplify بقى. 1 times 2t over 5 minus negative 15, and t power negative 4 numerator, flip it to be the denominator t power 4. And final, I'm going to multiply 5 times t power 4 to be a common denominator, and then t power 4 times 2t, 2t power 5, and 5 times 15, it's negative 75. So the summary is how to find derivative of constant. Derivative of any constant is 0. How to find the derivative of a power rule, like x power 3 is going to be 3x power 2. Drop the exponent to be a coefficient. Decrease the exponent by 1. Derivative of constant, multiply function. Just separate between a constant and derivative of the x power 4. Constant 5 multiply derivative x power 4. Yes, drop ال 4. Yes, في هنا mistake. sorry يا شباب. هي مفروض supposed to be x power 4. No problem. يبقى drop the 4 and then decrease it by 1. يبقى 4x power 3. Final answer is going to be 20x power 3. Please practice 2 exercises. Do by yourself, and let's discuss it tomorrow in our session at the conference at 9:30 morning, inshallah. See you tomorrow. Thank you.